What is going on, ladies and gents? How you guys doing today? Who all is in here? I am getting set up currently. Stock market just closed. Give me a few. Let me get the link for this for the stream real quick so I could post it up. All right, got it up on Instagram. Let me post it up on Twitter as well. Let me know who's in here. Let me turn on my camera. Hold on. Where is it? There we go. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? What's up, Moki? How you doing? All right, posted it on IG. Posting it now on Twitter. Oops. All right, it is up on Twitter. And on Telegram. And we are ready to go, ready to rock. What is going on, guys? Why am I stuck? My chair is stuck. Why is my chair stuck? Is there something under me? I don't know. Thank you, man. Finally got a haircut. What is going on, Nikki? How you doing? What's up, Jay? Mana and Engine are okay. They're cool projects. But those pumps, that pump means nothing if Bitcoin drops. So that's why right now we're not really looking too much at altcoins, because unless Bitcoin moves, the altcoins move is not going to matter. They're just going to drop. Ada, how you doing? Mohammed, how you doing? Awesome to see you guys in here again. Mark Ward from the Gold Coast on this fine winter's morning. What's the weather like over there on the Gold Coast during winter? I mean, everything is pretty much green right now, so it doesn't really matter. It's only green because Bitcoin has been mostly green, and it has been kind of ranging. So when Bitcoin is green and ranging and not dumping, then money is gonna flow more into altcoin projects. But if there's a big move for Bitcoin, money's gonna flow into Bitcoin and out of altcoins. So you can see the market is mostly green here today, as you guys can see here. Almost everything is green. Obviously, there's going to be some that are not green. And here's your mana, up 25% today. And engine is up 19% today. Look at KuCoin, also up 24% today. KuCoin is up 90% over the last KuCoin token is up 90% over the last 7 days. That's interesting. So currently we're sitting at 34,540. And this is pretty much what we're watching right here. We're pretty much on this ascending support line, but we continue to get denied here by 35. So we need to break above it. If we do not break above this, let me see, in the next 3 days, probably, I would say 3 days. In 3 days, there has to be a decision. If we don't break above this, then we might break back down to possibly 32, 30, and 28. So this is going to be a very important level here for Bitcoin and for crypto overall. Because if Bitcoin drops back down, all these coins are also going to drop back down. What's ZA? Hi from ZA. Sunny and 20 degrees Celsius. I've been pumping my account. It's cold at night. Is it hot during the day? There you go, Ada. That's what it's all about. You know, when the market is like this and you're not sure what to do, it's best to either just wait it out, or if you want to, you know, increase your portfolio, then just add either weekly, monthly, however you want, you know, but just build up a long-term portfolio. Over the long term, if you believe that in the next 5 to 10 years that the price is going to be more than it is right now, then it's kind of a no-brainer, right? If you're only looking at short term, then you have a lot more things to worry about. If you're looking at the long-term picture, at the big picture, then you don't have too many things to worry about. What's up, I am? You just joined the Discord? Awesome. Welcome to the family. Appreciate you joining. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure to go to the VIP onboarding in the Discord, there's a video there that I created where I just kind of run down how the Discord works and the majority of stuff. And then if you have any other questions, just let us know in the crypto chat. And either myself or one of the other members will be happy to help. Malena, look who's in the chat. What's going on, girl? How you doing? It's 6:10 a.m. in the morning. That's crazy. You're in the future, Mark, because 6:10 a.m. On July 8th, right? It's only 4:13 p.m. here on July 7th. So you're a day ahead of me. You're literally in the future. Yeah, Ada, that's how the group works, like the market, you know. When Bitcoin goes up, then everybody wants to join. When Bitcoin goes down, and everybody wants to leave. So it's part of the process. I did it happened, you know, during 2017 and 18. During 2017 it went up. Then when Bitcoin's price went down, a bunch of people left. Then when Bitcoin's price started going back up, a bunch of people joined. It just happens. I'm pretty sure they've answered. So make sure you check your email, check your spam. You know, usually they answer you within 1 to 2 days. So make sure that you're checking your spam folders. If anything, send them another message. What's up, David Fear? How you doing? Yeah, so the market is pretty much green right now. We had the 1 day right here where we're down about 4.5%, and we spoke about that. I don't know if we spoke about it on Friday. Yeah, I think it was on Friday, right? We spoke about a higher low. So far we've set up these higher lows, right? If you guys look, it's respecting the support. It's been respecting the support here, as you guys can see. Now the only thing here that we have to watch now is, like I said, this part right here. So if you guys will notice, there's kind of right here, there's a symmetrical triangle going on, right? So we have the ascending support here where we have the higher lows, and then now we have lower highs though, right? So that's created over the last week or so. It's created a symmetrical triangle. Now, symmetrical triangles are known for being 50-50 plays. This could go in either direction, right? But basically, the climax, I guess, of this triangle is going to be in the next 1 to 3 days. So basically, what day's today? The 7th. Today's Wednesday. So it's probably going to happen during the weekend. So I'm expecting in the next 3 days for there to be a move in either direction. Now, if we get the move to the upside, my price target up here is still 38,000. we need to set, remember, we need to set a higher high. If we want to continue with this pattern, we have to set a higher high. So that target is going to be around 38,000. Then I would expect, let me just kind of extend this. So let's say we go up to 38 and then we pull back down to around 36, right? So that makes sense because 36 has been what's been rejecting us here and here, right? So we've been rejected 36. So it's a minor area. It's nothing major. But we can definitely move up to 38, come back down to around 36, and then continue up to 40 and 42. Remember, the main level here is 42K. We need to get above 42K to validate this pattern that we've been watching with the Wyckoff accumulation, right? So if we look at the Wyckoff accumulation here, you'll see that's kind of what I've put here, right? So we need to move up to around 38, a retest of 36, setting up the lower support here, and then a move up to 40 and 42, which would be the show of strength for phase D. And then we'd be able to potentially go into phase E, which would be that breakout above 42, which, like I've been saying, if we break above 42, I could see us hitting probably during the same day between 45, 48, maybe even 50K once we get above that level. So 42 is the main level that we're watching, though. That's going to be the most important level for Bitcoin. If we get rejected at 42 and drop back down, it basically it will invalidate this pattern here. It will invalidate it, right? The same thing here. If we do not get a break to the upside here, it invalidates this pattern because it's gonna push back down, right? So we'll have to kind of reassess at that point if that were to happen. So that's currently what we're watching right now. We're watching to see what's gonna happen over the next few days, and then reassess from there. If we get a break to the upside, we can expect possibly 38K, then a retest of 36, and then a test of 40 and 42. If we get a break to the lower side, it's going to invalidate the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. It's going to it'll be a break of this support as well. And we have a pretty large drop here, as you guys can see. There's a lot of room to fall here, so we really need this support here to hold and for us to get a break to the upside. If not, the drop could drop. If we get a breakdown, then we can expect a drop back down to the levels of like 30 and $28,000. So very important now in the next few days. What's up, Marky Mark? Yeah, man, we've been after that drop in May, basically for 2 months, just trading in this range. And if we zoom out here, we can zoom out and see pretty clearly where we're at, and you'll see why the price is held here. So back in January, we had this same, stuck in the same range, but we were only stuck there for about a month. So far we've been here since May. So we've been here for about 2 months. It's gonna be 2 months in about a week and a half or two. But it's the same level here. You'll see we're trading in the same exact range that we were back then. We're trading in that same exact range right now. So that makes the support here very strong, and the resistance also very strong. Now, what also makes this support at 28K very strong is the Fibonacci level that we're at. We're at the 0.618 Fibonacci level. That's known as the golden ratio, right? So this right here is the golden pocket because we're at the Fibonacci golden ratio right now. So that's another reason why it's a very strong support there. So a drop below that, which would be around 28,000, a drop below that, then we're definitely very bearish at that point in time. And we can see a fall possibly back down to 20 to 18, maybe even $17,000 at that point, right? So it's very, very important that this level holds. If this level doesn't hold, we can see that massive drop there. And then we could be stuck there probably for the rest of the year, where we could be stuck, you know, between these levels here, between 17 to 28, right? And we'll be stuck kind of like we're stuck right now. We could be stuck down there. And that's if we don't fall even further, which I don't think we would. But in the event that we did, then, you know, we're talking about the bottom being around back to where we started, around 4,000, where we started during the pandemic, right? So I don't believe that could happen. But just for you guys to keep in mind. So yeah, so this is what we're watching right now. Until we get above 42, we're going to be stuck in the same range. So that's basically where we're at. And all we can do at this point is just, you know, reassess as more develops with Bitcoin and go from there. Randy, yeah, if we break above 42K, then all the bullish sentiment will be back in the market. So above 42, then we're probably going back to previous all-time highs. Below 42, then we're bearish, you know, during that short term. So until we get above 42K, we're still bearish. If we get above 42K, then all those bearish scenarios are out the window. You know, any scenario where we drop below 28,000 is out the window at that point. But right now, as long as we stay under 42,000, then that scenario is definitely still something that can happen. So we have to, that's why 42,000 is such an important level. It's probably the most important level for Bitcoin right now. Look at, if you notice, the biggest candle that we got was when we dropped below 42. Look at that candle. Massive, massive candle, right? It was a 25% drop, and that's not even counting the bottom of it. If you include the bottom of it, it's even more. And look at this candle. Look at this green candle. So notice this green candle right here and this red candle right here. What do they have in common? They are both the biggest candles in this run, basically, right? So that this is one of the bigger candles in the run. It was a 25% move up. Now, what does that have in common with this one? Is that it's when it broke 42K is when this candle occurred. And this one, when it broke 42K, is when this candle occurred, the massive drop. So that's why 42,000 is such an important level. It's probably the level where we're gonna have the most volatility. And if we break above it, I expect something similar to this candle right here and this candle right here. We could expect possibly a move, you know, all the way back up to 50. So it could be another 20-25% move. Mark, if we get a drop below 28, 25 is a minor support. 28 is a lot stronger of a support than 25. So if we fall below 28 to 25, the issue there is that now we have 28,000 as a resistance level, which is very strong. And we would probably have issues getting back above it, and we would drop lower. So even though there's a lot of buyers, as they say, at 25K, there's a lot more buyers, I would say, probably at 28K. 28 is definitely the strongest support level that we have. We cannot lose it. If we lose 28, then we can expect a drop further than 25, I would say. What's up, Gary? How you doing? Adrian, no, I haven't. We haven't got any weather from the storm. We really didn't see much. There was a little bit of rain. I mean, there was a lot of rain last week, leading up to when the storm was heading over here. But I mean, Sunday there was no rain. Monday it was a off and on rain, and then yesterday kind of the same thing, just light rain off and on. Today it hasn't rained at all. It is cloudy. It's a cloudy day, but there hasn't been any rain. So there really was no rain. Only leading up to the storm did we see rain, and then once the storm was like literally right next to us, there was no rain. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think on Friday was the worst of it for us. On Friday we had a tornado warning and everything. Um, but that's about it. Just a bunch of rain on Friday, and that was about it. Saturday barely rained. It was off and on. Sunday didn't rain at all. Do you think people can be successful in trading by trading only divergence patterns? No, I think divergence is not. You don't trade only based on divergence. It's just it's one of the pieces of the puzzle. You know what I mean? You have to put more things together than just one thing. So divergence is definitely a piece of the puzzle, but it's not the whole puzzle. You know what I mean? So you definitely need to put in, more things with that. You have to find a divergence as like, okay, so what else supports um, the bullish divergence? You know what I mean? So then you look at supporting resistance. You look at Fibonacci levels. You look at moving averages, MACD, price action. Look for patterns. You gotta look. You gotta try to put the whole story together. Um, Divergence alone is not enough of the story, because there could be a divergence for weeks, months, even, right? Um, and it won't matter. It won't Price won't react on that alone. So you have to find more pieces of the puzzle, um, and then trade, and then use divergence as confluence. Brandon, tonight. I mean, that's very specific. The only thing I can tell you is that within the next 3 days, Bitcoin's going to probably make some sort of move. Now, it's either going to break to the upside or break to the downside. But a move is coming, I believe, by Friday or Saturday. Like Friday or Saturday, I think that we should see a decision point here, in this current range that we've been trading in. So you see, we've had this ascending support, And we've been now for the last week, we've also had a descending resistance here. So that's given us a symmetrical triangle pattern here. We have higher highs, and then we had we had higher lows, and we had higher highs, but short term we've turned into higher lows here. Lower highs here for the past week or so. So we need to break out and set up a new higher high to continue the bigger move here. So that's currently what we're watching for, and I think that will probably happen, by the end of this week here. So about 3 or 4 days before we see some sort of decision in Bitcoin. Now, another thing to keep in mind, guys, I don't know if you've heard, I'm doing a video on this tomorrow. We have GBTC, which is the similar to an ETF in the stock market, right? So institutional investors that want to have Bitcoin without actually buying Bitcoin, they invest in it through GBTC. So for certain investors, I think their Bitcoin was locked for like 6 months or so, or their shares. It's gonna be their shares, not their Bitcoin. It's their shares in GBTC. So there's a big unlock coming, I believe, in about 10 days. So I don't know if it's the 17th. That's a Saturday. So maybe around the 16th through the 19th. I'm not sure exactly what day. But it's in about 2 weeks or so, right? So I'm gonna go more into detail and in depth on this tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna make a video about this. But what a lot of people are concerned about is that it's going to push the market lower. So I'm gonna do a deeper dive about history on different events when GBTC unlocked a lot of Bitcoin, what the price did during that time, and so forth, to see what we can possibly expect in the middle of the month in the next 2 weeks or so. So make sure you guys check out that video. That will be out tomorrow. Yeah, David, the thing with that is when you look at the overall structure, I mean, it's still, the trend is still to the upside. Even though the last 2 months have been down, the overall trend is still up. So what happens when the overall trend is up is that bear pennants are not high probability setups. They are not very accurate, and they don't they don't come through very often. So that's why, even though if you look at only solely the last 2 months, yeah, there's definitely a bear flag there, right? But if you zoom out further to the monthly, the overall market is still to the upside, right? So that's the only thing with that. And that's why it's an important level to watch here. Because if we can break out, then we're good, and we can possibly retest this top part of this channel. If we break down, then we could retest the bottom part of this channel. So these are two different channels. Remember how we've been talking about. This is one channel here, and this is a different channel here. Right now, we're right in the middle of it. Bitcoin has to make a decision here on which way it wants to go. Depending where we break out by the end of this week is probably which way we're going to be ranging in for the next month or so, right? So if we break down, then we can expect Bitcoin to kind of range down here. and again test these levels down here. If we break up, then we can see basically what we had over here, where we were just kind of testing the top of this, right? So that's kind of what we're watching. And we just reassess once this move happens, and we just reassess there. So yeah, it just depends what time frame you're watching the market from. Yeah, for sure. As long as Bitcoin is under 42K, then we're definitely bearish. So you just have to, you have to be careful, because until we can break above 42, then we're definitely bearish. Even if we break to the upside here, we could easily break up and then drop back down. You know what I mean? So just because we break up here doesn't mean that we're back in bullish mode. We can break up here, get rejected, and drop right back down, right? And we could retest 30 and 28 again. So I feel the same way. At 35 is a good level. If you're a day trader and you're looking for short trades, 35,000, when it gets around that level, like it did here today, when it goes above 35, and when you see it drop back down below 35, that's a good level to take a short trade there. And if you're looking for trades, for short-term trades, then you'll definitely be watching this. You want to see which way it breaks, and you want to play that break. So if it breaks to the upside, you want to long it. If it breaks to the downside, you want to short it. See, but Adrian, the thing is that the GBTC thing is not actual Bitcoin. It's not spot Bitcoin. You know what I mean? It's literally shares of GBTC. It's not, they're releasing shares that are locked from the initial investors. That was locked back in January, I believe. They're just unlocking shares of GBTC specifically. They're not unlocking shares of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So that's why, in one hand, we question, like, why would shares of GBTC affect the price of Bitcoin? But then when you look back on history, when there's been big unlock periods, there is a history where the price has dropped. And many believe that it's possibly because institutional investors that are now unlocking their money, that have taken a loss, they're probably shorting to basically recoup their losses on that, and then selling their shares. So I'm gonna jump more into it tomorrow and more in depth on that with details and analysis. So I don't want to jump too much into it today. Gary, there's a commission higher the higher the leverage is. I believe so. Because I believe it's like 0.0 whatever it is, 0.0, I don't know what. So that will be to your trade times whatever the amount of leverage you're using, is what I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. You would have to ask support to get like the definite answer there. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of support at 28 to 30. As you've seen, look how fast every time we've hit that level. Look at these wicks. Every time we've hit these levels, look how fast Bitcoin has been bought up, right? Even the last time we hit this level, look at the candle that went all the way down to 28,000, ended up being a green candle. That's how fast it was bought up. because we have so much support down there. So there's definitely a lot of support at 28. Yeah, so for long-term positions, if anyone's looking for the long-term and wants the dollar cost average, where I'm adding and where I've been adding is at 30 and 28. So anywhere in the 30,000 range, doesn't have to be 30 on the dot. Remember, the price doesn't move in exact numbers. It moves in zones. So it's never, don't ever put a price, or don't ever wait for 30 on the dot or any price on the dot. It doesn't exist, right? You'll end up missing out most of the time. So anywhere in the 30 range, you can buy. That's where I'm buying. And if it drops lower to the 28 range, that's also a good place to buy. Yes, Marky Mark. Do like Marky Mark said, guys. If you guys are in here and haven't liked the video yet, make sure to hit that like button. Let's get those likes up on this video. We're currently at 18 likes, but we have 34 people in here. That means that some of you have not liked the video. Yeah, you could definitely make the money in either direction, Adrian. So yeah, so right now that's basically what we're watching, guys. I mean, there's not that much else. If you look at, let's take a look at Ethereum. Somebody requested Ethereum here, and I'm only looking at it because it has been very bullish as of late. Ethereum has been, I think, a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin. Let me see. So if you notice, Bitcoin's been more in a range than Ethereum. And here, the last week or so, Bitcoin's been setting, it hasn't been setting higher highs, but Ethereum has been setting higher highs. So I've been watching Ethereum very carefully here. As you can see here, that major support level has been 2,000. And now we're getting to the top of this range here. Remember that there's different ranges that the price trades within always. At any point in time, the price is always trading within a certain level, right? Between a very important support and a very important resistance. So we're about to get to that big major resistance level, which is right around $2,500. If we break above 25, then we could potentially see a continuation up to that $3,000 level. So we're definitely paying attention here. Another thing to note with Ethereum, their update is coming, I believe, August 4th. So that's less than a month away. Ethereum has an update. So I think it's because of that, the upcoming update, that the price is also moving up. So as the update nears, which is around August 4th, is estimated for August 4th. As that nears, right, we could see the price continue up. So potentially back to $3,000. So now this does depend on Bitcoin as well. If Bitcoin breaks down, it's going to pull the entire market down with it. So we have to always keep that in mind. Regardless of how bullish something is, any altcoin, regardless of how bullish it is, if Bitcoin goes down, guys, altcoins are also going to go down. Volume's been pretty low. You can see it's been trending low. It's lower than its average at this point. And that's very normal when a move is about to happen. So anytime, usually before a big move happens, there's usually lower volume, like the volume trends down, and then there's a big move up. So you can see it on most of the time that a volume will kind of be stagnant, and then just a big move up or down. There's always something like that. So we're approaching what we believe should be a move here. So volume will come in when it's ready to make that move, and regardless in the direction it's going. Let's see where the fear and greed index is today. It's at 28. Over the last 3 months, we've basically been stuck down here. 10 was the lowest. Yep, 10's been the lowest. It's been the lowest we've seen in over a year, really. Hasn't been this low since the crash back in March 2020. Where is this? And you can see basically here, everything is pretty much in the green today. Some of the bigger movers are Luna, up 17%. Sol up 11%. Dot up 10%. Doge is just stuck. And BNB's up 5%. Yeah, we spoke about Doge many times, guys. We said Doge was gonna drop back down, and you can see that it has dropped down. So it's down about 70 to 75% from Saturday Night Live. This peak right here was right before Saturday Night Live, and then boom, 75% drop. If you guys watched our video, we made a video on this speaking about what to expect with Saturday Night Live, and we said that we could expect a massive move back to the downside, and that's exactly what we've gotten here. Adrian, no, I've never used it. I'm not a big fan of too many indicators. I like price action. I like that to be clear, and I like to go based off of that. And I like to use support and resistance levels, and the Fibonacci, and then basically it. Then I'll look at some indicators for confluence, but I don't like to make any decisions or anything based off any one indicator. Remember, at the end of the day, indicators are telling you the past, not the present, not the future. The only thing that can tell you the present is the actual price action. The only thing that could tell you the future is nothing. The closest thing to telling you the future is history. So the past, right? You have to look back in history to try to figure out what it's going to do at similar levels, right? Me Tracker, I have videos on it. If you actually watch this video right here that I released yesterday, I show you exactly how to set up, how I set it up, and more or less how it works. If you really want to go into detail about how the Fibonacci how the Fibonacci levels work, go into trading tutorials, go to view playlist, and then look for the Fibonacci video. So there's two. There's Trading View tutorial. You can check out the Trading View tutorial. I also talk about the Fibonacci tool there, and right here, how to trade using Fibonacci retracement. So I recommend you check those 3 videos. There's 3 different videos where I talk and I touch on the subject of the Fibonacci. But it's fairly simple. You start it off on the bottom of the move and you run it up to the top of the move. That's the basic idea of it. That's how you set it up. No problem. Thank you. That's why I started this stream so late. I had to go out, get a haircut, because I was starting to look like Wolverine. So I definitely needed a haircut. It's been over a month since I last got a haircut. Now I'm gonna go. I want to take my car out to do a car wash. So that's the next thing that I want to do now once I hop off the stream. Damn Jan, it's up to you, man. What I always tell people, like, trade on where you feel most comfortable. You know, it depends what you're trying to do when you're trading. You know, are you trading with leverage? Are you holding long term? Are you day trading? Are you scalping? So it depends on a lot of different things, man. Like for me personally, for day trading, scalping, anything, I trade with margin and with leverage. So I use Bybit. But for like if I'm just holding coins, I'll do it on, on Binance, Kraken, crypto.com, Coinbase, and I don't mind holding altcoins and stuff there. Even some swing trades. But yeah, it's mostly based on preference, I would say, and what your goal is and what you're trying to do. All right, guys, we've been live now for almost an hour. We're gonna hop off at 5 p.m. which is in 4 minutes. Any last questions that you guys have for me? We've spoken about the breakdown on what we're watching here in Bitcoin currently. We've spoken about the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. We've spoken about tomorrow's video, which we're touching on the GBTC release of shares, the unlocking of shares, which is going to be around $500 million worth. We spoke about Ethereum. We looked into that, and we even looked at Doge and the Fibonacci tool. Why did Scarface not trust the Colombians? That's a question for Scarface, man. I honestly have never traded on Kraken with margin, so I can't tell you from the Kraken standpoint. What I can say is that Bybit is definitely way better for trading compared to like Binance or any other platform. I even prefer it over BitMEX. It's just the interface is a lot easier to understand and to use and to kind of flow. The flow of it is a lot simpler. Everything for me is I like it more, you know. And again, at the end of the day, it comes down to preference. I feel more comfortable trading on Bybit than on other platforms with margin on leverage. And it's a platform I've been using for about the last year or so at this point. GBTC are shares in the stock market, and Bitcoin is Bitcoin. GBTC is a Bitcoin fund basically in the stock market. FaZe Clan is cool, I guess. Who's in the FaZe Clan? I know Nick Merckx is a streamer I used to watch. I know Bronny's there. LeBron James' son. Kyler Murray. Swag. And that's about it. Those are the only people I know that are in FaZe Clan. So, I mean, I guess it's pretty cool. Gabriel, yep. Higher lows. Let's go. Now we need to set a higher highs. That's what we're looking for. Dog God says your interaction with your audience is 100. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I try to make this. That's the goal of the stream, you know, to be as interactive as possible, and to answer the questions that everybody has. If I have the answer, I don't have the answer to every question. I have the answer to some. And most of them are my perspective and opinion. They're not, you know, facts or anything set in stone. Remember, nothing here is financial advice, guys. Do your own research as always. But that pretty much wraps up this live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to smash that like button if you did not do so yet. And if you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. We're over 10,000 subscribers, on our way to the next milestone. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out tomorrow's video. It's going to be a lot of detail on exactly what's going to happen with GBTC coming up in the next week or so. So you don't want to miss the video. And then Friday, we will do another market analysis. We might have an answer on this upcoming move here by then. So watch that as well. As always, guys, I will see you on the next one. As always, peace and love.